covering the Northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Hundreds of high school students attending this year's TEDx Youth at Grand Bahama at the Regency Theater. The platform allows young people to present their ideas and discuss pertinent issues. Co-organizer Katala Taylor.
Because of the committee, they're learning on every level. They're learning how to organize events, how to work with one another. They are doing something for them. Their audience is their peers, and so they're designing with that in mind. And more importantly, like I said, TED is about ideas worth spreading. Usually they are in the position of having to listen to what everyone else says, but this is their opportunity to speak, and not only to the students in the room, but to the world, because in a few weeks all of these videos will be posted to the global TEDx Youth platform, which has a few 100,000 subscribers on Facebook.
The students were mentored by a group of advisors. They spoke on topics such as creating a junior form of government, self-motivation, the power of distraction, and the seriousness of mental disorders.
We can do just as much as the seniors, and that we are just as intelligent enough to speak and work in our government.
Mental disorders are a serious thing. They're not just, something that people make fun of, because in today's time we don't understand what they are.
The adult committee was really there just pushing the students along, getting them to do fundraisers and plan, and what speakers do we want? Do we want some adults? Do we want some kids? And kind of just pumping them up, pushing them along the way so that they get that experience that planning something of this magnitude is all about.
A student of the Walter Parker Primary School will represent Grand Bahama at the upcoming National Spelling Bee in the nation's capital. The young boy beat out several students for the Best Speller Award for the Western District. Tonight, the youngster shares his determination to win and passion for spelling.
Faulty, F-A-U-L-T-Y, faulty. And when I spelled it, everyone started clapping and I was in awe.
Sixth grade student at Walter Parker Primary School, D'Amico Johnson Jr., is now Grand Bahama's new Spelling Bee champion for the Western District. He says he was determined to study hard and take home the title.
Every time I would study the pronunciation, I would look at the definition, and I would try it out in a sentence, and then I'd say the word, spell it, and then say the word again.
D'Amico is grateful to his parents and coaches for their support and for pushing him to realize his goal. He says it all paid off on competition day.
At first, it was nerve-wracking, but then I didn't feel afraid. But every time I would spell a word or I was about to go up, my mouth would get a little dry. And I didn't know if we had to be on break to drink the water. So when we got on break, I drank a lot of the water.
Both of his coaches, Nicole Watkin and Margot Lockhart, say that D'Amico is a very hard-working student, and once he continues to pursue his goals, they know he will succeed.
He is consistent and he enjoys spelling. He is also very articulate. Even when I mispronounce the words, he would probably laugh. Miss Walkin, that's not the way how you pronounce the word. So he would actually pronounce some of the words for me. And I believe that D'Amico is an eagle, and the sky is the limit for him.
He's self-motivated, and he is eager to do everything that he sets his mind out to do. He does it well. And in preparing for Nassau, we're doing some extra studying, lunchtime, after school as usual, and probably on the weekends.
As he prepares for the national competition in New Providence, D'Amico says he is already putting positive thoughts into the atmosphere and he's feeling confident.
Whenever I have to do something in the future, I always try to predict how the surroundings might be so I can adjust to it. And I think it's March 18th.
How do you feel going into the national competition with everyone else?
I feel happy, a little nervous, but mostly happy.
D'Amico was declared the winner after 13 rounds of competition. His winning word, faulty. The Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee is hoping to pull off a successful Junior Junkanoo Parade this weekend. 25 schools are participating from East End to West End. And as for the 8 Mile Rock High School, well, they say they're coming to win. Italia Hall has the story.
The Blue Jays are gearing up for the annual Junior Junkanoo Parade. The girls are busy putting the finishing touches on their costumes and practicing their unique dance moves for the big show. Junkanoo Committee member Katora Monroe says the theme this year is the beauty of nature.
For our Pride Month, we wanted the students to embrace nature along with just having pride. So in addition, we have a speech competition that's coming up for Pride Month that we are trying to encourage them to just embrace nature, embrace their community, everything we're trying to put towards pride.
Monroe says during the lunch period every day, they all find time to work on their Junkanoo pieces.
At lunchtime, we are here consistently working. Because of the delay, the students became a bit discouraged, but you know, we're trying at this point at the home stretch, we're trying to pep them up, get them ready for Saturday.
And she says this time around the Blue Jays are coming for the #1 spot.
Know that we are coming to take that title that we rightly deserve back.
And if you want to see more of these lovely costumes,
we don't want to, you know, put everything out there. So Saturday we're encouraging everyone in the community, wide and near and far, to come out and support the 8 Mile Rock High School in this year's Junior Junkanoo.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
This is Ask the Doctor. Sam from NASA asked, is the flu shot safe? Thank you for a great question, Sam. The flu shot is actually a vaccination that often protects you from getting the flu, and while it may not give you total protection, it is well worth getting. Influenza is a respiratory infection that can cause serious complications, particularly to young children, older adults, and people with certain medical conditions. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, also called the CDC, recommends that everyone 6 months of age or older be vaccinated annually against influenza. Vaccination is especially important for people at high risk of influenza complications, including pregnant women, older adults, and young children. Chronic medical conditions can also increase your risk of influenza complications. So persons suffering from asthma, cancer, or receiving cancer treatment, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, cystic fibrosis, diabetes, obesity, HIV or AIDS, and kidney or liver disease should be vaccinated. If you have questions concerning the flu vaccine, please email askthedrbahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us to check on sports is up next with Ricardo Lightborn.